Men are disgusting pigs. We're savages, pure cavemen. All we do is chase after women and lust after them. And when we finally are fortunate enough to bag them up, all we do is forget about the main simple thing that they want: romance. Right out of the window. Let's roll my motherfucking music, because Uncle Cuba's got 5 fragrances that will reignite that romance and get you laid again. Sexy motherfucker. We're all alone. Yeah, there's friends from the south side. In case you cared, out of all your friends, I want to be Cuba. Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C3U to the B3A. I don't like these lists, but I like the views that they get. But these fragrances are specifically chosen by moi because I feel that they have a romantic element with different budgets in mind, different ages, and romance does not have any age. All it needs is lube. So the first fragrance I have chosen is the King of Iris, and basically my favorite flanker from this lineup, and that's Dior Homme Parfum. This one is the best one. I wouldn't bother with any other ones. This one does the trick. I mean, when you think of romance, you think of, let me get a little bit close. Let me sniff daddy's neck. And when they sniff that iris and that leather component with a little bit of spiciness and that sweet little mandarin kind of note that's in here, it will reignite the romance. Sit down. Have a conversation, stare into her eyes, get your eyes up from the cleavage. Of course, those perfectly perky breasts that she bought in the Dominican Republic look amazing, but look at her face and her eyes. Yes, those might be altered as well, but it doesn't matter. It's about the romance. This fragrance is romantic. It will help you with the close encounters, the cuddly factor, and maybe, you know. Next one. The next fragrance is super budget friendly, and this entire lineup has been a hit, but this one specifically just hit a different note with me and I felt it was extra romantic. From the Roberto Cavalli Womo line, this is Womo Silver. This whole lineup has been stellar, especially for the price point. But this one with that gingery vibe, the little bit of a sweetness that's in here, it's also got that irisy powderiness, not as much as the Dior, of course, for such an affordable budget. I mean, you just spent $500 at a club for a $20 bottle. You just took her to Philippe Chow's to eat fucking Chinese food and spent another $500 over there. And then you walk your ass over to Lady M to get a couple of slices of cake, which are like $15 a pop. You just spent a grip. The least you can do is save money on the fragrance. I mean, it's all about the romance, right? You had to put all those steps into play for the ultimate goal, to be romantic, to reignite a relationship or start a new one, but it needs the romance. So you need to save some coins somewhere, and this shit will help you do it. Next one. Once again, romance has no age barriers or limits. You can be romantic at 20 and you can be romantic at 70. At the end of the day, men do not mature until we die. And this fragrance is definitely for the mature crowd, but so good and slept on. This is by Tom Ford, and that's Tom Ford for men. I mean, can we talk about classically sexy? There's even a little bit of a kind of soapy vibe in this fragrance, but it's more classic. It's got a little bit of a gingery vibe, got the pepperiness, but this is all about sitting by the fireplace on a faux animal skin rug, cuddling with your significant other. Listen, you gotta sit next to her and reignite that relationship, bring the romance back. You know what I'm saying? Talk to your wife and be like, honey, let me be the spoon to your ladle so we can fork. You know what I'm saying? Romantic shit, sweet nothings in your ear. Gentlemen, 28 plus should only be wearing this fragrance, because under that you are not mature to understand the capabilities of weird kinky shit that you can do with this in a romantic sense. Next one. Again, budget friendly, budget conscious is what Cuba does on occasion, and this one has been collecting dust for all the wrong reasons. This is Fendi's Fan de Fendi. I mean, goodness gracious, great sacks of fire. This is romantic, lovely. Has a youthful energy about it, but we're all looking for some sort of youth. I haven't just for men my beard yet, but one day it will be all black and you're gonna see it on camera and laugh and point, because I'm trying to reinvigorate the youth that I lost many moons ago. Sweet, sexy, leathery, tonka, little bit of a spicy element to it. It's got some nightlife edge to it, but usually when you're trying to rebuild the romance, you're gonna be doing it in a more nocturnal setting. So why not have something that you can transition from a little
Or if you're Latino, oh la la la, yeah, la 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 la, and then move into a more library-esque dim light scenario where you guys can actually speak and have conversation and build rapport again. You gotta become friends again so you can do the love. And last and certainly not least, Ja re-put me onto this fragrance in the last video because I had forgotten how slept on this one is by the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and that's Cabane. Cabane is one of these fragrances that's going to take time to catch some steam. It has capabilities to lean a little bit feminine because there is rosy and creamy nuances in this fragrance. Gentlemen, do not be deterred because those rosy, creamy elements is what's gonna bring her in closer. Wondering why you don't smell like Dior Sauvage or every other 27-year-old fucking fragrance that's in a Neiman or a Sephora. This has exclusivity, this has difference, this has sexiness, still peppery with floral nuances, but the creamy sweetness of Tonka, and it has this element about it that's just different. It separates men from the boys in this motherfucker. I'm telling you, this is something you have to absolutely sample, and you will see the romantic energy that this has to produce. I mean, I'm almost aroused. I might be the only one who masturbates looking at himself in the mirror. Gentlemen, this is the stellar list. If you don't have any of these, or if you have all of these and you understand the capabilities of romance that you have bestowed upon you, use them. Put them to work. Make sure that when you're putting that Barry White on or a little old school Tevin Campbell that you're feeling some type of way and you just serenade her on some, can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. Or just eat her ass. I love y'all motherfuckers from the heart, and I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know what is biggest in the game? We fucking smooches.
Cubaknow, what's fresh, who's best? Wanna know who's gonna pass the test? Cubaknow.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, Motorola start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you